Let's see if we can get the Moose in here.
The
I would love
Moose?
to know. Is the Moose on the other line? We're being knocking on the door. He is. Yeah, there he is.
Well.
Excellent.
Look who's just hanging out. First of all, where are you?
I'm in the team office.
Got it.
Cool.
0-0 Phenom.
Is Veggie there too?
No, Veggie is playing from his home.
I
because,
see.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it when you play online. You can't do it from the same
That's true.
internet. Yeah.
That's what I
Well,
like.
congratulations
yeah,
to
I'm
you for taking the tournament.
thank
You
you.
have qualified for Capcom Cup. You know, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here, but I think the first thing to talk about is that it has been you and Rick Barnett in the grand finals the last couple times. You guys have, you know, played in World Warrior and other places. You come out on top this time. It wasn't the same way the last CPT. What do you feel changed between this grand finals and the last grand finals of the CPT that you played last year against each other?
I think the main difference is probably character choice. Last year I was maining Karen, and that matchup is not that easy for Karen. And my other alternates were not like that familiar with Menat, so it was kind of tricky to overcome that. But I think this year Luke has a more consistent strategy against Menat, and he's obviously overall pretty good. So I think that has a part in it. And maybe also mix that with like a on-the-day kind of thing, because Rikeman is very good and it's very hard to beat him. He's a very slept-on player. People don't know much about him, but he's actually very, very strong. It's not just Menat stuff robbing you or whatever. He's overall a really, really good player. And that's why sometimes it can be like a on-the-day thing as well, where one can get the upper hand over the other.
Yeah, when you guys played in the Salt Mine, I'm looking a bit at the replay here. It was actually Falk versus Karen, for example, right? It wasn't
Yeah,
just...
that was on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. So
I did win with Luke as well, but it's okay.
Okay. We were wondering about
yeah.
that. I'm like, was that like the actual final result where it was just like you were rocking out with Karen? But again, you were talking about that.
It can't just be character, right? Like there's more. You guys are using other characters too. Do you feel like there are other things that are involved here?
Thing is, I don't want to say anything like how do I say? I think at the highest level, small advantages count. It could be the difference, and these small advantages could be picking a different character. So even though it sounds very little, it actually does matter a lot in this game. At the very high level, where the skill level between all the players are somewhat equal, then it comes down to that sort of thing.
I feel like there isn't a lot of Luke players in the region. When I was just kind of looking into it, like on CFN, even on YouTube, I didn't really get to see a lot of Lukes being flexed out in that region. Are you like one of the kind of like the mainstays for that character? Because I feel like you talk about the character a lot. You know, there's a lot that talks about, you know, skill at the high level, but the characters being played is also a significant factor. Do you think it was like a factor of Rickerman's Barnett not having enough of the Luke practice in regards to like why he fell today?
I don't think so, because we've played, I think, like 500 games or something. we've played so much that matchup. But so it's not a not knowing the matchup kind of thing. It's just that I don't know. I played better today, I guess.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
And that's one of the also kind of the things we wanted to talk about as well. In a particular moment in the matchup, pretty much like literally the last moment, we were debating whether or not that was a bait on your behalf to trick Rickman's Barnett into using the V-reversal after you had done a Sandblaster. Was that an intentional bait to get the V-reversal out? Because you did Sandblaster and maybe into like Thermal Barrack to follow up, but you intended to just like, or actually, yeah, was that intentional, or was that just a very lucky situation where it's just, you know, I'm going to just Sandblaster here and see what happens?
No, it was not intentional. He was very low on health, and so I didn't need to cancel into Sandblaster. I just needed to hit a regular fireball. But I think he panicked in the clutch moment, and he maybe thought that the fireball coming at him was the V-trigger fireball. So he wanted to V-wrestle behind me and punish me, but it was the regular fireball. And I think because it was such a tense situation, it was the last moment in the tournament, he reacted too fast, and then he did it and then got punished.
And that was wild. It was actually a scary moment because literally right beforehand, you had shown off that V trigger. So I was thinking to myself, like, dude,
exactly,
you actually gave up the game on that point. I was terrified for you.
Yeah. So I did that. He blocked, and I think he was looking for it again. And then the regular fireball came. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Did you watch the losers finals where Torpon played versus?
No, I actually did not watch because
Fair enough. Okay, I was gonna ask you what you thought
the moment I went to grand finals, I knew Rike was gonna make it. So I messaged Valmaster because he plays Menat a little bit, and I just said, "Yo, let's just play some games on Battle Lounge."
Nice.
And then I just warmed up, like I played like Luke, Nekali, Bison, and I just warmed up just in case, all of them. But I was always planning on going Luke. But yeah, so that I didn't watch Rike's games.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, let's talk about the rest of the region. You know, there are the mainstays that I think everybody in the world will know about. You, Recommence Barnett, Veggie, like folks who have been doing a great work for a long time, including folks who've been traveling all over the place. But there's more than that. Can you speak to the strength of the region, how you feel it's been growing, and how you feel it's been doing over the last couple of years?
I feel like since COVID especially, it's been growing slowly and slowly. Like Rike came into like his top form last year in 2021. And then this year you see Torpon make it to third place. I didn't know who he was until I think 1 or 2 weeks ago. I didn't know, but then he showed up and he performed so well. So I think we're definitely seeing like a steady growth in the overall level of the region. So it's not just me, Rike, Veggie. Now it's I think more and more players are slowly stepping up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw two names that were kind of new, at least in records of their performances in the top 8. Then we've seen some improved records from the likes of Dr. Gulag as well. So that was pretty impressive to see. Yonzai also making it back into the fray within the top 8. So we do see that steady increase. And now it's got me excited to see what the future is going to be like for the rest of it. Now that you've already qualified into Capcom Cup, does this mean you're no longer going to be participating in the World Warrior events?
You've been running those things, man. You're going to get everybody a chance to get points now? You're going to chill out a little bit?
I'm not really sure if the only prize is a qualification spot, then I probably am not gonna join the finals, even though I'm qualified. But I might join the point, the ranking event, so to say, just to win them all. I want to just have that as like a thing where I've won all the World Warriors. I want that like as a title. But
I love that about you, man. Yeah. For real. That's exactly why like we're such big fans, man. You play for
But I don't think thank you, but I don't think it would be fair of me to join the finale just to there wouldn't be any point in gatekeeping anyone or something like that. It would be more fair to let everyone play it out and see who makes it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of events left on the CPT, so can't talk about everybody who has qualified quite yet, but we do know that Samurai, Four Fills, Crimson, Just a Kid, Momochi, Dookie, Brandon, Mena RD, Kawano, Travis Styles, Sol VNG, Jabi M, Ronaldinho, and now you have all qualified. Who in that list are you worried about? Who are you game planning for the most?
I mean, can you repeat the list?
I was going to say, there's a lot.
I haven't even checked who's qualified, but I know. I know Momochi. His Cody is really good, and Cody against Luke, I think, is a bit tricky for Luke, that matchup, and it's also. So that's one I'm a little bit maybe worried about. Maybe I have to.
You got Kawano, you got Crimson, Samurai, Crimson
is always a threat. Four Fills is a threat. Falk is a bit tricky for Luke as well.
Okay.
So there are a few players in there. There are a few players in there where I might need to prepare other characters. So I can't really say one. I just have to. It's like maybe like 3 or 4. I need to be like, okay, I need to pick another character for them, and then I can pick Luke for the rest.
That's fair enough. I feel like, Luke covers a lot of the wheelhouse, but also the other characters you presented, like Bison, Nikali, Karen. If you pull another character, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd be like, damn, that's a lot to juggle. But overall, again, very impressive performance. Pretty much, nearly 3-0 all the way through up until, the beginning of, top 16 up until like the grand finals.
Well, winners finals and grand finals were 3-1.
Oh, okay, there it was.
Other
Yeah,
than that, nice
that's
work.
super impressive.
I can't believe you lost 2 games. You lost 2 games.
I can't believe you, man. How dare
What do
you?
you do?
How dare you? This is gonna be your moment to shine, Phenom. Any sort of plug that you would like to pretty much give yourself and your community? This is your time, man.
Yo, shout out to my team 00 Nation. Shout out to my bro Veggie. Shout out to mom and dad. Shout out to I don't know. Shout out to everyone that that I'm cool with. So that's it. Yeah.
Hey, actually, right before you go, can you what's going on in the background there? Can you give me a little tour? What do we got in these headquarters here?
I mean,
these team
it's
headquarters.
a little bit messy in this room.
Okay, all right.
But
I can't believe you actually agreed and obliged. I appreciate that.
It's a big office. So, but
Cool,
I can't
man.
really do it. It's people are working there.
Oh, fair.
Can't
Okay,
really-
yeah, don't bother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we do appreciate your time, man. Congratulations again. The Moose is in the cup. Phenom, always good speaking to you, man. We look forward to seeing you how you perform over in Capcom Cup.
Thank you, guys.
Take it easy,
Good
man.
to see you.